4-0 loss at the FA Trophy. What are your thoughts on the afternoon?
Look, it's disappointing we've lost a football match, but as an exercise, it goes. We've got valuable minutes into squad players, and at the end we finished with a lot of youth team players on there. But look, disappointing. I thought it was a team that could go out there and win a game. As I spoke about in a week, we wanted to make sure we got 3 wins on the bounce. Now we have to make sure the 3 victories are league victories on the bounce then.
Yeah, in terms of the squad that you did play, a lot of youngsters coming in there. The 2 centre halves, particularly in the first half, seemed like they'd had a pretty solid game. And the youth players.
Look, I just spoke to them in there. The 2 young lads. There's a lot for them to learn. They've got thrown in at the deep end. They only joined in with the first team lads on yesterday, and there's a lot for them to learn. They can take pride in the performances. They've done really well. But as I said, it's part of their learning curve, and they've come against what we could probably say is a mainstream team that's played in National League week in, week out. Halifax today.
In terms of the first goal, obviously mistake in the middle of the park leading up to the free kick, disappointing, I guess, the manner in which
I think the first half and probably the second half, about first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we just started a little bit sloppy. But after the first 10 minutes of the first half, I thought we played some great football. What we had today was a lot of pace in the team, and we looked really good on the break, and we moved the ball really well, and we got created some half-decent opportunities. Yeah, in that first half there were opportunities and things like that. Almost felt like you'd grown into the game at that point. Yeah, they did. After the first 10 minutes, as you said, I thought in the middle phase of the game we completely dominated. And as I said, it was a young team. It's a team that's not played a lot of minutes over the last few weeks, and as an exercise, as I said, it's valuable minutes under the belt, ready to go into a hectic period over Christmas. Just how disappointed were you with the start of that second half? Yeah, look, it was. We started okay. We had one attack, and then we got pinned in a little bit, and then it just become a little bit scruffy. As I said, there was a couple of plan changes already made, but obviously then you lose a little bit of shape, a bit of everything going on in the game, and look, it's frustrating, but as I said, we have to make sure we get 3 wins on the bounce in the league now. Obviously you conceded the second goal, you got the penalty. JJ Hooper, you've got a problem with penalties at the minute, haven't you? Your main striker stepping up, saved by the keeper. Was there any disappointment in terms of the way it was taken? Yeah, look, I was going to take him off at half time. The lad asked for a few more, another 15 minutes, and he wanted to stay on, so he stayed on, and I was hopeful he could have got a goal. It'd have been great for him if he could. Look, he stepped up, and he didn't really connect with me great, if I'm honest. And look, we can be disappointed on that. If we get that, I think it gives a more of a chance. But as I said, there was plan changes already before the game, and we got valuable minutes into players. I guess one talking about that second half as well, with Leighton McIntosh's sending off. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, look, it's I've not seen it. I've seen it in live. I've not seen whether there's full contact. His foot is high. As I just spoke to the players in there, the disappointing thing is it's from Sparky, Mark Harris. He's got easy possession of the ball. It's a 5-yard pass, and the little bits of detail like that you have to be better, because if he executes the pass right, Leighton does have decisions to make. Then Leighton obviously has to control his enthusiasm, his emotions, and he's gone to ground. His foot's a little bit high. But you talk about that, and there's a tackle on Ben Tollett on the edge of their box. Yes, the kid takes the ball, and the follow through is just the same as Leighton's. Consistency wise, it is what it is. Just because he gets the ball. But then again, the fourth official told me Leighton got the ball first on the edge of our 18-yard box and caught the man after. And they give a free kick. So look, they are what they are. As I said, it's that little thing that you need to look at. The detail of the pass, not good enough, and then Leighton needs to control his emotions. I can say that just feel, in terms of where it was on the pitch, it just feel like an unnecessary challenge to make in that respect. Yeah, look, as I said, it's Leighton to be frustrated. He's not had a lot of minutes and not really been involved over the last few weeks. So they're the bits that you have to control. It's enthusiasm, but it needs to be channeled in the right direction. And as I said, you need to manage his emotions. In terms of obviously the trophy, you've had the Scottish Cup games, things like that. You've been able to use those youth players. Have they given you any food for thought? And obviously it's been a struggling season, and players that you can bring. There's some good young players in there. I've not seen them as much as I'd like to. Obviously we've been here, there, and everywhere around the country the last few weeks, and it's been a good opportunity in the Scottish Cup and today to obviously I think we finished with the end with 4 or 5 young lads on the pitch, and it's good for their experience as well and their development. No more cup games, only league games. I guess, is that a positive way of looking at it for you? Look, I didn't want to lose the game. I put a team out there where I thought could win the game. As I said, good patches in the first half, create some decent opportunities, well worked routines on set plays and etc. Disappointed, but as I said, it's been a funny week for us as a club. Got a sickness bug going around, I've got chest infections going around. It was at a point this week, I had an idea what I was going to do with the team, a team that went out there, but there's 4 or 5 of them struggling. I got Tyler Reid throwing up before the game. It's his turn for the stomach bug, and Mark Harris, he's coughing up blood. Coughing, and there's a little bit of blood coming up. So the lads want to play. As I said, they all want to get minutes, and they all want to give me something to think about. And it was valuable. As I said, like to Dev, do on to today. I thought that was his best game he's played since being under there. So obviously they're the performance he has to replicate over the next few weeks, and when he gets the opportunity, he takes it.
When you mentioned the players who come back from injury, so JJ Hooper, Adam Barton, and Tyler Reid as well, obviously coming back from going down at Swindon, is that now players who are now in contention for league
look,
games?
they're back in contention. Obviously, JJ, it's drawn out a little bit longer than we wanted to, but he's valuable minutes for him. He's trained fully with the squad this week. Adam Barton only joined back in training yesterday. Asked him a question and he said, yeah, I want to play. So technically that was his second training session since he's been back kicking the ball. It was another one. I was going to take him off half time and he asked for another 15 minutes. So look, as I said, we've gone into a busy period, hectic period now over the next few weeks, and as it stands, there's only manic long-term injury-wise. Summers ain't too far away either. So over the Christmas period, what's going to be hectic for us, we'll have a full fit squad.
Yeah, finally, I guess I'm talking about that Christmas period. You've got the Sutton game, the Chorley game, Maidenhead. Do you look at that? And do you have a points aim that you've got for that? Do you look at that thing maximum?
3 points every single game. We want to.
Yeah.
We have to win football matches. As I said, I came here today with a team, wanted to win a match. Couldn't get points today, but we wanted to win the game. We want to win every game, and it's something that we'll be looking at over the Christmas period to say. Start next week then at Sutton, and we'll do our best to go there and get 3 points and represent this football club.
Cheers, Steve.